And Patty, you came to us through you. Like Kim didn't find you personally. She was what we call tap rooting her business. She was working with people and people and people, and finally one day they led her to you, and you ended up joining her. And you and your husband are getting closer to retirement age. You were a professor in college and looking to retire, so you saw this as an opportunity to shore up retirement. I think you want to put that in your own words.
Sure. Um, I really wasn't looking for this business. The business found me. And what came about was at my age, now I'll hit a landmark age next month, but I feel very blessed that I've been in pretty good health. But I did have something happen to me through stress, through a stressful job. And you don't know the damage you're doing to your body when you're encountering that stress, and the cortisol levels go up. And I was having back spasms, painful spasms during the night and during the day, like a butcher knife in the back of my neck. And I was told about this product through Pam Dodd and the MOA. The MOA changed my life. And I thought, there's something in this. I've got to find out about this company and more products. So I started going to the meetings with Kim when she'd come up to Coleman. Again, I wasn't looking for this particular plan of operation on supplementing retirement, but it was brought to me as the Lord brought it to me. And as I learned about the products, I got excited about the products. I felt like that I've got many friends my age, and I'm in my 70s, many friends who are going through all kinds of health issues and surgeries. And I felt like I got to share this. It's like Ashley says, you don't sell, you share. And so I was anxious to share my testimony with others. And then when I prayed about it, I said, Lord, this wasn't on my radar to do multi-level marketing. And so if this is what you want me to do, I'll put 5 Baptist fleece before the Lord. And I said, okay, if I'm supposed to do this, because he didn't tell me, I prayed, am I supposed to do this? I didn't get a yes, didn't get a no. And so I put the fleece out. And the 5 fleeces were, number one, show me integrity, because it's my integrity that I'm putting out there. Show me, Lord, integrity in the product. We'll check that box. I have a testimony. Number 2, show me integrity in my upline. Well, I've got Kim and Eric Gray. Oh, my goodness. How could you not get more of a Christ-filled couple to help lead you in your successful journey? Show me integrity with a corporation. They were debt-free. I heard the owners, met the owners when I went to my Destin trip. And I heard the owners on IPA praying, closing prayer in Jesus' name. And I heard their stories. And the most important one was, Lord, you have to show me that it's a marketplace ministry. And he did. And for me, Todd, that was so important, that we all have been called for our destiny on this earth at this point in time. And I don't want to miss my destiny. And that was important. And you know, there's so many hurting people out there, financially, emotionally, physically. And so for me, that was important, and he fulfilled that. So that's what brought me into the business.
Yeah, Patty, I've always said in our industry that you're going to be an influence, good or bad, in our industry, because that's what we're doing. We're in the business of leading people, persuading people for better. So yeah, you're in the marketplace ministry when the very first person is exposed. Last question for you guys, and we'll get into our IPAs. So there's lots of different ways to build this. The passive approach, lots of Zooms, phone calls, 3-way calls. We always talk about the importance of the third party, but one thing that you and Kim have mastered is the in-person meetings. And y'all kind of bounce from living room to living room to living room to coffee shop to coffee shop to coffee shop. You do the same presentation that I see done with people that really only do Zooms. And I think both are effective. I always feel like in person, when you shake somebody's hands and look them in the eye, it's hard to beat that. But some people don't have that flexibility. They're working, they've got kids, you name it. So Zooms are fine. But I do want to know, because I know that you set that initial 9:15 a.m. home party with Carol, a lady that went to high school with you 40 years ago.
Yes.
And that has now probably put over 1,000, probably close to 2,000 people in your organization from that initial home party. But I want to know how you set those parties and how you get the next person, the next person, the next person to set those parties. So if y'all can walk us through that with as much detail as you want to give us.
Can I jump in and go back to, this is to encourage everyone on the call. when I first invited Carol and her sister to have lunch with Eric and Kim at Olive Garden to show them the business, I want everybody to hear this. She said to me after hearing the presentation, "Oh, this sounds great, Patty. I'll buy the products. I'll be a good customer, but I'm not interested in doing the business. And but I'll refer you people." I said, "That's great, awesome." And then she calls me a week and a half later and he says, "Patty, you're not going to believe this." And I said, "What, Carol?" She says, "I want to do this business." And I said, "Awesome, great." And then she said 5 words I've never heard come out of anyone's mouth. She says, "I just love network marketing." And that's how it started. It started with a no. I want everyone to hear that. It started with a no, and now it's exploded. We've been very blessed. Yes. So,
Yeah. So I think that initial party, she had like 30 people there in her living room that morning.
yeah. And so when she called everyone to say, "I've got something I'm excited about. I want you to come hear about it." Most of the people are our age, and their request was, "We'll come, but don't do it at night because we don't like to drive at night." So do it in the morning, because these are people in their 60s, 70s. And so she had a house full, as you saw.
Yeah. So one thing you'll learn in the people business is the less opinions you have, the bigger your business can grow, because everybody out here is so different. I've got some younger mamas that just absolutely cannot go do living room parties. They've got to be home, they're cooking, they're taking care of kids. They build a lot on Zooms or their or ballparks on their phone. And then I've got the Patties, the Carols, and even the Kim Grays. Initially, she knows how to do Zooms now. They were kind of opposed to anything technology. They wanted to do home parties and meet in person. So I don't have an opinion. I'm just going to help whoever's working however they want to work. The only thing that matters is we're doing the IPA and exposing the next person to the opportunity or to the product. So people really want to understand this. I get asked all the time, and they don't understand that y'all work with the same people they work with. So when I have a lot of people say, "Well, I can't get anybody to show up at a meeting or come to a home party, or nobody wants to do a living room party," and you don't have to. Like, I'm not here to tell somebody they have to. I'm just here to say that you've put 2,000 people in your organization from a living room meeting about 18 months ago in Miss Carol's living room at 9:15 a.m. in the morning. And some of that's been done through Zooms, but a lot of that is living room to living room to living room now. So walk us through how y'all do that.
And Todd, let me just tell you this. You have to be excited. Don't be a dead log. You have to be excited about what this company and these products are doing. I mean, I could scream it from the rooftop. That's how happy I am. And I want everybody to know about these products. So if you're not excited, then you're not going to get people at these parties. If you're not excited, you're not when people you send the invitation to people, they're going to just, throw it down like junk mail. But when you're excited and you're happy and you're bubbling inside of you, then guess what? That person on the other end is going to want a little bit of what you've got. So that's my motto. I just have to be happy, and I have to express to my teammates that they have got to be excited and happy and thrilled of what we've got our hands on, because we're blessed.
So Kim, you would say probably more important than how they invite or what they say when they're presenting is the tone of voice, the excitement, the smile, the enthusiasm is what really makes the business go or not go.
Absolutely. If somebody comes up and tries to sell you something and they don't talk how good that vehicle is, or those tires on that vehicle, you ain't going to want to buy it. You ain't going to want to get in and drive it. But if you talk happy about this stuff and excited and bubbling over, then guess what? They're going to say, "Well, let me just try it. Let me see if I can get just a little bit of that happiness." So I'm just telling you, I can't be around. You have taught me, Todd Rowland, don't be around no negativity, nobody negative. They got to be positive and they got to be excited. And that is where I feel like we get as many people as we are that we have gotten, is because we're so excited and happy and thrilled about this company.
So that being said, Kim, there have been people that joined your business that became negative and didn't stick around too. You're not 100, you don't bat 100%.
No. And they're negative. I mean, they're not on this roller coaster with me. They're on a merry-go-round. You got to be on a roller coaster and be happy and be excited.
Okay, last question. I know I said that last time, but I do want to end with money. So, Patty, you told us that you joined us for better retirement. How's that going for you and your husband Harold?
It's doing great. There's always, you have jumps and you have, it's like the stock market, like this. But it's exciting because residual income is what I'm noticing. And it's wonderful. Residual, you're making money while you're sleeping. When I'm at college, there are great benefits at college, but you know what? They don't pay us extra when we do the extra work and talk to extra student after hours. You don't get the monetary gain by putting in the extra time. With this, you do. With this, you do. And so it's an investment of time.
And Patty, would you mind sharing your age with everybody?
I'll be 75 next month.
And you're just kicking right along. So,
Love
like
it.
age is just
It's
a
a
number.
My mother-in-law used to say age is a number and hers is unlisted, but I just unlisted mine.
I love it.
I unlisted.
So Kim, I know you and Eric are pulling into your morning training this morning, but what about y'all's finances? What's happened there for y'all?
Our finances are amazing. I never dreamed getting off a disability, making $800 a month could turn out to be something so powerful and debt free as we are now. And I thank God every day for someone introducing me to Partner Co. and for this life change to happen. And a while ago, Todd, when I was talking about being happy, you need to keep saying your quote. A dog does not chase after a parked car. They go after the cars that's rolling down the road. And that's in my head. You have implanted that in my head. So I have got to, that's what I'm going by. And so I'm just telling you, this journey that me and Eric has been on now for 6 years. Oh, it's going by fast. It's amazing. It's amazing. So we got finances that we can travel, we can go places where I don't have nothing else to buy. So I'm helping my daughters, with their finances, and we're just loving life. This is a different type of lifestyle.
Okay. So when you joined, just for those that don't know you, Kim, because we've always got so many new people coming on, you were on disability. You had been since you were a teenager. You were about $28,000 in credit card debt, and at that time had never been on an airplane, had never owned a new car. Is that those all correct?
That is all correct. And now I own a brand new vehicle paid for. My husband owns a brand new vehicle paid for. Our home is paid for. We're debt free, and it's just wonderful. And we're living life. Never dreamed there was another life like this.
What did that lady say on your Facebook post about the boat and the camper?
Well, that's a new brand partner that I just signed up. She's been watching me for 2 years. And she said, Kim, you posted that you just bought a brand new travel trailer camper and you just purchased a brand new pontoon boat. How can you do that and travel as much as you do? And people is watching. I tell Eric all the time, people is watching me and people's watching you. And she says, whatever you're doing and however you're doing that, I want a piece of it. She joined, she went ultimate, and that's my last woman that I just signed up as ultimate, which is about 2 weeks ago. Because you know why? She wants time freedom. She's tired of working her supposed to be 40-hour job. It's really a 60-hour job. And she's wanting to be able to enjoy life and ride a boat on the river like I'm doing. So that's exactly what she told me.
Thank you, ladies. Go ahead, Patty.
One
No,
more
go ahead, Patty.
thing. Yeah, one more thing, especially as you approach the age of retirement like we have. You've said it very often, your wealth is your health. And it's so important. These products have changed lives. They've extended lives. They've improved lives. And I'm so grateful for the products and the people.
Well, just know you two ladies are changing lives now. Y'all are amazing.